Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Very much appreciate you making time to be here on this Friday, last work day of the week. Very excited to have a special guest today, Carolyn Casson from Michigan Women Forward. She is here to talk to us about a brand new grant and microloan program that is available statewide for small business, but it looks like that Shiawassee County is one of the sort of higher priority counties that are included in there. So definitely something for small businesses as you're searching for dollars to be able to maintain operations during this time is very, very valuable. We want to explore this. So, but we also have listeners on the call that are not in Shiawassee County, so I think this is a program that could be applicable for you as well. So it's the Michigan Entrepreneur Resilience Fund, the Michigan Entrepreneur Resilience Fund, and I don't know a lot more than what was in the press release myself, so I'm very much excited to learn right along with all of you. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have Carolyn come on the phone and introduce herself and her organization, Michigan Women Forward, and then talk about the process of what's available for grants and microloans, and then I'll open up the floor for anybody on the call that would like to ask any questions or make any comments. So with that, Carolyn, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Justin. I really appreciate your inviting me on. We're so excited about this program. Michigan Women Forward is an organization that's been around for about 35 years now as a foundation, and about 5 years ago we shifted gears to become a different kind of organization that did micro lending into women-owned businesses, and that's what we've focused on much of the last 4 or 5 years. We've spread our wings throughout the state. We're one of 6 micro lenders through the SBA in the state. And we serve pretty much the lower half of the Lower Peninsula, and we love this business. We start businesses. We've made investments in 157 different loans. We've made 157 different loans into businesses, and we've made another 109 seed funding rounds, which are grants that people don't have to pay back. So we're getting a nice cadre of women-led businesses. We're particularly focused on women of color, and we want to make sure that that they survive during this pandemic, and we want to make sure that every business that needs to get back up and running has the opportunity to do so. We started out a month or so ago, 6 weeks ago, when this all started, by trying to get some loan relief for our clients, which we were able to do for 90% of them, and then shifted gears quickly into thinking about what could we do to help them get back up and running. 90% of all the businesses that we work with are shuttered in one form or another. They may have been in the restaurant business, and they may have kept the delivery thing open, but that doesn't do much more than pay the bills. So that's not really. We're looking for any business that has had been severely affected by the coronavirus, and it's hard to find one that hasn't. Except maybe I guess if you run a grocery store or something, maybe your business hasn't been too affected, or you make masks. Those businesses are doing pretty well, I guess. So anyway, we have been talking to the MEDC for the last couple of weeks, and had the good fortune that the MEDC thought this was a great idea to start getting these smaller businesses. We're looking for small businesses that are 50 employees or under. Most of our business, the average for the people that we typically invest in or loan money to or provide grants to, have 10 employees or fewer. So those are the kind of people we're looking for, are the really micro businesses. And we're excited to open up this program. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a dual program. We can offer micro loans up to $10,000, which are we like to encourage people to take shorter term loans right now because we have an opportunity to use some special SBA funds and get 6 months, the first 6 months of their loan paid for. So, if you took out a $10,000 loan over a year and we can use these SBA funds to loan you money if you can qualify, then you're going to end up in 6 months only owing $5,000. So that's a pretty good loan product, and we're very excited about this. This is part of the special CARES program that came out from the federal government, and we applied for it, and we got we were granted the ability to start putting out this money. So we're hoping that people who need just a small amount of money to get back up and running. If you need just we'll apply for a loan if it's $10,000 or less. You have if you just need a grant, you don't qualify for SBA. We have grant funds from NEDC and from other foundations, the Consumers Energy Foundation, that total about $1 million. General Motors actually put in $100,000. So it's a really it was an exciting project to see. We were able to collect up to $1 million of funds that could be used for grants, and those will be small grants, anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 grant, and they have to help you get back up and running and demonstrate that. So that's the essence of the program. There's a lot more to it. Do you want me to keep talking, Justin, or do you want to ask some questions?
Yeah. Well, I am curious. I did see there were priority counties on there, and I know Shiawassee was one of about 10 listed.
Right. Yeah.
How did we get picked? I'm curious.
Oh, it was we drew them out of a hat. No, that's not true. We did not draw them out of a hat. No. We focused on areas where we had reach. We actually have an office in Lansing, so we have an office in Grand Rapids, and we have an office in Detroit. And so we picked counties that we could get to and we could work in effectively. But we also these counties also don't have extensive micro lending, so we thought we could be disproportionately helpful in these counties. We are a statewide organization, and I don't want to let anyone who's listening, and MEDC was very clear that they want us to give everyone a fair shake. So any county that you come from in Michigan are tax dollars, and so we're going to be we're looking at everyone who applies. And almost every county so far it looked like had applied, although maybe there were a few I missed. But the counties that have been prioritized are Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, Genesee, Shiawassee, Lapeer, St. Clair, Tuscola, Sanilac, Huron, Kent, and Ingham. Those are the counties that are prioritized, but don't let that dissuade anybody from applying.
Sure. Okay. Keep going, Carolyn.
Okay, good. All right. So we're also, if you go on our website, and it's MIW.org, the MIWF.org, MIWF, Michigan Women Forward, MIWF.org, you can see what it takes to qualify, and you have to be a low or moderate income borrower. There's a chart on there that you can see. We're focused on making sure that people who couldn't get the PPP, or maybe you could have, but if you didn't qualify because you had too small a business or something, have generated revenues last year of less than $500,000 and have fewer than 50 employees. We'll need some evidence of that, your tax from last year, tax return, something like that. You're going to have to describe for us what the negative impact of coronavirus has been on your company. And if you want a microloan, we will pull your credit report because we are going to require you to pay at least 50% of that back, right? if we can't use SBA funds, we do have other funds we can use. So then you'd have to be paying back all of that money. It just might be delayed for the next 6 months. So those are the requirements, or those are the eligible businesses that we're looking for. You can use this grant or this microloan for anything that it'll take you to get back up and going. We like to see you put together a cash flow statement. We put one on the website so that you can see what we're looking for, and a recovery plan. It's very simple to fill out. I've helped lots of entrepreneurs fill it out over the last couple of weeks, and it's pretty easy. We're asking you to, first of all, in your recovery plan, tell us how you're going to keep your employees and your customers safe, because that's what this is really all about. We only are going to reopen when we know that we're not going to participate in the spreading of this virus. So we want to know what you're going to need money for. Are you going to put up some protective shields? Are you going to have only half the number of people in your business than you used to be able to put in a room, or in your, if you're a massage parlor, you can should only have one person at a time. Those kind of things. So anything that you're going to do differently, and what it's going to cost you. You're going to wipe down, you're going to clean down, that costs cleaning supplies. Our expenses for running businesses are simply going to be higher over the next 6 months or a year. And so we want to know what those are. You can use it to pay the rent. If you haven't been able to pay the rent, you can use it for payroll. You can use it for cash flow if you want to bring a couple people back in, because in the first 2 weeks are going to be kind of slow as we ramp up, but you need to pay those people. You can certainly use it for that. You can use it for any new equipment that you might need in terms of starting back up again. Inventory that you need to go out and pay for. Probably a lot of people are not going to be able to use the credit that they're used to using, because people will need to be paid for whatever it is you need. So you can use it for any of it. We just want to know what you're using it for. And then you have to agree to follow up with us, because we really want to know how you're doing. We're going to call you 3 months from now and see how you're doing. We're going to be checking in on you at 6 months and stopping by, and just want to make sure you're still in business. We want this to work, and so we want to keep in touch with you. So we do ask you if you'll agree to keep in touch with us and let us know how it's going. That's pretty much the way it works. You just go online. It's a totally online, no contact, no touch kind of application. We don't have to see you. We just want to make sure that you're registered as a business in the state of Michigan, and send us that material. To fill out the grant doesn't take too long. People filling out the microloan application are telling me, and I've got lots of emails about this, that it takes a lot longer than the filling out the grant. But remember, this is a loan. We have to, play by the SBA rules. We have to ask you for a lot of stuff. We have to go through it, so it does take a little bit longer. And we'll be patient with you. We're going to anywhere along the way.
Carolyn, you mentioned PPP. One of the concerns I've heard from companies is it's okay for payroll, but doesn't help me pay some other bills. Could this be done in conjunction with PPP if it's for other things?
Yes. And PPP does allow you to pay for, your rent, your lease payments. You can. Be sure you get good advice about PPP, and that your bank will be willing to help you with this. There's $180 billion still left on the table for PPP. I would encourage anybody who didn't apply for it, or didn't already if you got rejected for some reason, then you got to figure out why that was. But I would apply for it. There's money on the table, and the banks are very, very anxious to get this money out. They'll take it back if we don't. It'll go back to the federal coffers, and it won't stay in Michigan. So if you need help on that, just let me know, and we'll be happy to put you in touch with people who can help you fill that out. So it can be absolutely, we encourage you. We want you to, to get every resource that you can possibly get. These are unusual times, and whereas most of us would never reach out for something like this, now's the time to do it, because those are dollars that you're going to need. So you can do both. You can apply for. I hope you've applied for everything that's come your way, because I think it's. I think some of those are very good. Some of them aren't. They aren't as valuable, and they don't fit you. But ours will fit with pretty much anything.
Very good. Does anyone on the call have any questions for Carolyn? If you do, please hit *6 on your phone, please. *6.
Good morning. This is Laura. I'm from the YMCA here in our county. Am I correct that this funding opportunity is not available to nonprofits?
Yeah, it's not. I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to verify. No, that's okay. I just wanted to double check.
That. I'm sorry. Yeah,
no,
we figured that one out, Laura. We tried to figure out how we could both, because I started out in the nonprofit, and I know that it's very hard to get resources to pay your staff and do all the good work you're doing. So I really we debated that for a very long time, but we couldn't figure out how to make that work with the state and the funders. So.
Nope, that's okay. We've been granted or provided a lot of other funding opportunities. I just wanted to verify. I had read that somewhere, so thank you.
Other questions for Carolyn? Hit *6 on your phone.
Yeah, Justin, this is Rich.
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
What is the organization again? We got on late.
Website.
Michigan Women Forward.
Okay.
And the website is MIWS. M as in Mary. IWS.org. And all
women-owned businesses?
It's, pardon?
Is it just for women?
No. We never would discriminate against you. Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah. No, I just want to make sure that we're.
No. We're an organization that focuses our work on women-owned businesses. We focus our investment in grant making and micro lending. But through this program, the Resilience Fund is for all of us in Michigan.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. Other comments or questions? I have one more for now, Carolyn. What is the normal turnaround time? You said some folks have applications in. How quick can they expect to hear back?
We don't get the money to distribute until June 1st. So we're spending these next 2 weeks going through the applications, prioritizing any that are in the counties that we have been asked to prioritize by MEDC, making sure that, that everybody's turned in accurate information. And we hope that the first checks will go out, sometime between June 1st and June 2nd. So that's not too far away. So get in the queue, please. There's only $1.5 million here. It's not a lot. I'm going to go back and ask for more if we, if this doesn't last very long. We get as many applications, so far. I don't think we're going to be able to even grant and loan to all the people that have filled out applications. But so I'm going to look for more, but I can't promise that because I haven't secured that money yet.
Well,
good morning, Justin.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I came out late. What is the grant amount? What's the
grant amount is up to $5,000, and the micro loan is up to $10,000, and you can combine them and apply for both.
Alrighty, thank you.
For both. 2 sets of paperwork, but the paperwork for the micro loan includes everything that the grant asks for, but just a little bit more. A little bit more like a bank loan, but not quite so onerous. And we're kind and friendly, so. We'll help you through it.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Shelley Agnicki, and I own a small business, a dog grooming business that started actually the 1st of October in 2019. And so obviously we don't show revenue. At this point in time, our taxes did not show that we made any revenue. But would I be able to even entertain the idea of applying for the grant portion?
Absolutely. You haven't been in business a year, but I think you should apply, and just because you've had, I'm sure you've had to shutter because of the COVID, right?
Yeah, we are still shut down as of today, still from dog grooming.
Apply, absolutely.
Okay, thank you much, because that's what I'm typically finding in everything I'm reading. They want you in business for a year to 2 years and show some type of income, in the black. So I just want to make sure.
Oh no, we don't require. We work too much with these startup businesses, and we know that you can show revenue, you just don't always show profit. And so
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're not there yet. So
right.
You're still in that investment stage, and we understand that.
Okay, we'll go ahead and apply then. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Shelley. Other comments or questions? Hit *6, please.
This is Mark.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
E-commerce businesses, small ones that basically their customer base dried up during this. Is that possible?
Sure. How long have you been in business? You didn't just start this while COVID was going on, right?
Oh, yeah. We've been in business for a number of years.
Good. Great. Yes. Yeah. No, the place of business is different now, isn't it? I think you made a smart move whenever you started this business because you saw the future. So an e-commerce business has a good chance to rebound, right?
Yep. Okay, great. I'll look over the stuff. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Mark. Other comments or questions for Carolyn? *6 on your phone.
Well, thank you. If you have any other...
Okay.
Justin knows where to find me. And I'm going to go back and look at those Shiawassee County.
Yeah, for those that just jumped on the call a little late, we were talking. It sounds like several companies have already put in from Shiawassee, so that's great. So, Carolyn, once again, thank you for your time today. Very interested in this program for a lot of our companies in Shiawassee. Very grateful that we have this opportunity. So thank you for your leadership and all those that have supported this fund. Just to close it out, can you once again give the listeners the best way to apply the web address, please?
Yes, it's actually on the MEDC website too. If you look for the Michigan Entrepreneur Resilience Fund, or you can go on to Michigan Women Forward, MIWF.org. That's our website, and there's a button for the Resilience Fund. It's right at the top. If you can't miss it, I guarantee you.
Perfect. And I thank you, Carolyn. And I do want to thank our friends from MEDC. Absolutely. They've obviously been a tremendous partner on this whole time. But I want to do a shout out to our current BDM, Business Development Manager, Tyler DeBray-Bander, and also our former BDM, Corey Utley. Those two were instrumental in helping get this call together today. I don't know if either of them are on the phone right now. If they want to add anything to this, Corey or Tyler, are you on? I'm not sure. So if you are,
they have
start.
Fabulous to work with. This really was the brainchild of a young woman named Latasha Peebles, and she and I have been talking about this for weeks, and she has just driven this forward. It's been amazing. So never underestimate the power of a smart young woman to get something done in this state. So she made it happen.
Very good. Well, Carolyn, thank you again for your time. You can jump off. We've got a couple
I
of more
will.
items we want to cover, but
Hey,
thank you so
good to
much.
meet all of you. Thanks so much.
Take care. Okay. Well, that was great. Definitely hope some of you on the call will consider applying. And also, if you know of anybody that would fit, I have sent out emails on this already too. Please encourage them to visit the website and check it out. Do want to hit a few more things before we wrap up the week. This was mentioned. Two things were mentioned actually yesterday. I think the day before maybe. Both coming through MEDC as well. Their community development program. One, and I actually just emailed it out to all of you this morning, is a partnership with Patronicity for crowdfunding. So basically, the premise here is if small businesses can raise money on their own through this crowdfunding platform, Patronicity, MEDC can match that money 1-to-1 up to $5,000. So this would be, if you can get some friends, get some family, get some supporters to give some money to your small business, they can match that 1-to-1. So you have an email in your inbox on that. And then the other one out there that is going to take a little bit longer, and by the way, that becomes live Monday. So Monday, that program becomes live, the crowdfunding. So it's called MI Local Biz, and those details are in the email I sent out to all of you this morning. And then the other one we're exploring is the Match on Main program. So this is basically a community organization. It could be like an Owasso Main Street. It could be a downtown DDA type organization. It could be us. We want to explore that. But the idea is there's grant dollars that can come in through the state, which can then be essentially re-granted to small businesses. It looks like with a focus on downtown areas and communities that are part of or have started with the redevelopment ready communities process through MEDC. So in Shiawassee, that's Owasso, that's Durand, Corunna's getting started, Vernon, Langsburg. I think that's it. Now, I don't know if that's definitive or not. I'm waiting to hear back from our community assistance team, Representative Chuck Donaldson, but that's another potential option coming. That won't be until probably June, but that's something that we are definitely monitoring. So stay tuned on that. Had a conference call yesterday with our friends from the Detroit Regional Partnership, learned about some additional reopening guidelines for different sectors that I'm going to share via email today with our contacts. This is a good group of folks, some really good information. So look for some information on that. There's retail, there's service. As you know, we've been sharing a lot of information on best practices for reopening. So this is just some additional information. PPP, Carolyn mentioned it. There is still a lot of money in there. So obviously they thought they were going to get more going in round 2 for funding, and they did at the start, but it sounds like it slowed down a little bit. So I agree with her. If you have not yet applied, definitely take a look at it. However, we know a lot of you are turning your attention to the loan forgiveness piece, where you can turn that from a loan into a grant. So tracking that, gathering that information, making sure you're crossing all those T's, very, very critical. We are still planning, and I don't have anything more yet, but we are still planning on next Thursday morning, I believe 10 o'clock, on doing a webinar on loan forgiveness. We shared information with you earlier this week through the Detroit Regional Chamber, but we're looking at doing our own regional webinar through the I-69 group. So stay tuned on that. Couple more PPE. Hopefully you all got my email. We've got 14 companies that we have heard from with Shiawassee County connections that can offer products or services to help you reopen: masks, sanitizer, temperature checks, things like that, mobile glass barriers. So please use that as a guide if you need any equipment going forward. I think that's a really good list. And as I said on the call yesterday, if you can get stuff with a Shiawassee County connection, that's always going to be preferred. I will mention again, too, EDA. We had Lee Sheary on Monday this week. He is with the Economic Development Administration. They have quite a bit of money. I did learn yesterday it might be as much as $37.5 million for the state of Michigan for community and economic development projects. These are dollars that would go to a local unit of government or possibly a nonprofit organization, but it has to be for activities to stimulate economic and community development. So things like public infrastructure, building industrial parks, industrial buildings, things like that. So we're working on exploring some options with some of our local government leaders. But if you want to learn more on that, please let me know. That one is not for a for-profit business. And then the last two, I'm going to mention this every day now. Testing, Memorial Healthcare, local option for testing, both for the virus but also for the antibodies. Brian Long, the CEO, was on last week and talked about that. I know a lot of folks are looking to be able to offer that to employees as they return to work to see if they've established some antibodies, which, while not a guarantee that it provides immunity, certainly provides some peace of mind, I think, for folks. So if you want more on that, please visit Memorial Healthcare's website. And then also, I think it's 989-720-2131 if you want to call them. And then finally, jobs, as always, if anyone's trying to hire, please let us know. We're happy to help promote. So with that, I'm going to open up the floor. We are at the end of another week. Anybody have any comments or questions? Hit *6, please. Any comments or questions? Okay, well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in another week. We will be right back with you on Monday morning. So have a good weekend, and if you need anything, give us a call. Thanks.